G'day YouTube, WarblesOnALot here, and I'm making a video for the Unicorn circuit, which is a segment of mcmtv2 Mighty Car Mods 2 channel's weekly program. The segment is My Crap Car. Sadly, I tried to start this video yesterday, and therefore, although you can see where my crap car has been, it was parked so long it even left tyre tracks. But yesterday, the first time I tried to make this video, when I was about nearly a kilometre away, I wandered off the path and I encountered a rock and I spiked a tyre. And that was when I discovered that during the changeover from my crap car to my not crap car, the new Subaru wagon had acquired the winding handle for the jack, as well as my best, shiniest wheel brace. So, guess who walked back to the clearing barefoot to collect the tools with which to change a tyre? So, 24 hours later, here we go, once again, to walk back to the car, change the tyre, and finish making the video for the Unicorn segment, or the Unicorn circuits segment, My Crap Car, on mcm2. And I figure you guys are going to edit this if you find it, if you decide to stick it up there, because, you know, like my channel runs on a mobile phone and I can't post links, so the best I can do is stick this up in my scroll of uploaded videos with a title that may draw your attention to it, and I'll tell you about it on the comment thread. But anyway, if and when you find it, I fully expect that you will edit this part out. Yes? Here we go. Walking, walking, walking. It's a funny thing. I have a particularly less than serviceable ankle on the end of my right leg. It's what they call ultralight motor gliders test pilot's foot. And it's actually therapeutic to walk on uneven surfaces. Not only for people with a family history of heart disease, because it gets your calf pumps working inside the muscles of your lower legs, but also because the uneven ground effectively gives you a spinal realignment massage as you walk. And besides, out here in the middle of nowhere, if my right ankle decides to tell my spine to shut the whole leg down, there's nobody to watch me as I go flapping my arms like a bloody chook, trying to walk unsupported when one leg doesn't want to work. So to be honest, walking barefoot through the Australian landscape, a regrowth forest on an endangered species sanctuary, is actually quite therapeutic for anybody with a lingering orthopedic problem. It just hurts for maybe 10 years before you get healed enough that you can go for a walk for the fun of it, particularly through fairly thick country where even on the wheel tracks the trees are, you know, chest high between the two wheel tracks. Anyway, like I said, that's just more or less kind of a fill-in, which, if they find this, I expect Marty and Moog will probably edit, because you know, it's a segment on their show, not my show, but not having the ability to post links, I'll be just sticking this thing up on my channel. If you look, you can see evidence of me having driven along here yesterday. Flattened branches, tyre tracks on the grass. You could almost call this the beaten path, couldn't you? Sort of, kind of, more or less, after a fashion. And here, the tea tree is grown pretty much chin high, shoulder high. Basically, if you don't continue to drive over them, any kind of a track or a forest path will be subsumed by the surrounding forest. It's just how life works. Okay, we have arrived at the first major turning point, and I can almost see my vehicle still following the tracks, and there she blows. The extremely rare 1983 Subaru 1800 touring wagon stuck on the power line easement yesterday. While talking to the camera, trying to make a my crap car segment video, I tracked it fair over that there rock, thus ending yesterday's video and giving me a kilometre worth of walking to get home, because I diagnosed excessive flatness, but only on the bottom. So here we see the underbonnet of my crap car, which hasn't been registered for 2 years, but despite the cobbiness of the spider webs, it has air in the spare and it has a jack. So let the fun commence. While here we discover that the oil in the engine is about 3 years old, we go digging for and find a Toyota Motor Corporation folding wheel chock inside my Subaru. So we emplace the aforesaid item. Check that the handbrake is set. Wind the jack up enough to determine how badly fucked is the tyre. Loosen the nuts. Elevate the vehicle. Clearly, I encountered that while I was trying to turn away from the rock. I would have probably been better to have gone straight over it. But however you cut the mustard, I reckon this case is stuffed. It's a good thing I carry my own stockpile of spares, maybe with not quite as good a grip on it, but I dare say it will hold air. Yes, I dare say it will hold air. And it'll even hold the dress rim. So, back we go, and down we go. And that was actually a mistake in sequencing, because whereas the jack fits under the bonnet, the bloody winding handle, it lives under the spare. So we try that once more. And as I was saying, welcome to my crap car, the one with all the cobwebs, the one which has possibly the worst paint job that was at the time registered on the road in New South Wales. Fairly particularly proud of this big ding, the bog patch from which actually came off in one single piece. Would you look at the thickness of the bog there? Is not that a work of art? I don't know what happened to the right hand side of this thing before I bought it, but something did, and it was bad. So I hang on to the chunks just in case I ever need them. Put the Toyota chock back in place, and as you see, this thing's basically a paddock basher these days. I use it to collect firewood in and store empty beer cartons because, surprise, surprise, I can fill up a 44-gallon or 200-litre drum with empty beer bottles before I can fill up a 200-litre wheelie bin with kitchen garbage. So therefore I need to have somewhere to store the beer bottles, and yeah, inside the old crap car is a pretty good place to store cartons of empty beer bottles until it's time to take a run to the dump. Time is short, so I'm sure you're wondering what's that thing on the roof. What that is a solar electric thermal ramjet. If you want to find out about it, go to my channel, look in my playlists, have a look at a few videos in the Sunfoil Project playlist. Basically, this thing is permanently feeding this solar charge controller with electricity, so the solar charge controller keeps the battery full. Therefore, yesterday, even though this thing had not been started for about 4 or 5 months, Sunfoil had its battery full, and so it starts up straight away. No drama. Give it a bit of choke, because the engine is cold and the oil's 3 years old. So, back to the hut. Off we go in yeah, my crap car, which I drove for 12 or 13 years, and it spent 8 years as the prototype test vehicle for the Sunfoil project. The difference between having a solar panel on the roof and not having a solar panel on the roof was beforehand 8 kilometres per litre per month. Afterwards, with a 30-watt panel on the roof, 10.66 kilometres per litre. 33.25% more fuel efficient as a vehicle. Which I thought was pretty impressive, you know. For a modification cobbled together by a backyard hillbilly, trained as a nurse, and with a background in low-speed aerodynamics. Some of these tracks I haven't been over for a while, so they're a bit hard to see. But I think you'll agree, my crap car runs pretty well. And for anybody who reckons that Subarus are not proper serious four-wheel drives, you reckon you got a fancy, shiny, brand new one that can cope with this sort of country? Because most people, they do not. Bit of an acquired taste driving on this one-handed while filming with the other, but it can be done. And I tell you what, that right-hand front tyre is a bit soggy, so I'm glad I didn't go up to the top of the hill to show you the really rough country. But you know, all's well that ends well. Here we are. Now I can park my crap car next to my good car. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. And to Marty and Moog and the Unicorn Circuit and all who watch MCM2 as well as Mighty Car Mods. My crap car and my good car. And both of them are piston hybrid solar retrofit conversions. My crap car spent 8 years registered, running around, being a prototype test vehicle, 18 months with the Mark 1 on the roof, and it's had this up there for about 6 years. So for a crap car, I reckon it's pretty bloody good. Ciao.